Hi everyone, I am Trina. I am the owner of Ellie's Beautiful Bows. I am going to show you how I make my twisted boutique bow. What you're going to need is 2 pieces of 7/8 ribbon. You are going to need 2 of these alligator clips. You are going to need a lighter and some thread. How I start out, I measure 23 inches of ribbon, and I've taken a piece of measuring tape and just taped it down on my table here. It helps me with my measuring. The first thing you want to do is take these 2 pieces of ribbon and heat seal the ends of them together. You want to make sure that you get it super good. You don't want them to come apart. So I'm going to angle the camera down a little bit so I can kind of show you what I do. I pull my ribbon, I hold it from the end that I heat sealed, and I try to make sure that the ribbon stays really tight together. And then I use the figure 8 method. So I fold the ribbon, and then I loop it back. Then I take a little dab of glue, or not a dab, I put glue across the ribbon. And then I pull this other corner up, and it kind of goes like that. And I fold this onto my beginning piece. And then I take and I heat seal the edge of that ribbon so I don't get any fraying parts of my bow. And then I take my ribbon and I put it in a circle. This is both pieces together. This is the end that I glued together. This is the other corner. Now this is going to be the top 2 loops of my bow. And this is going to be the bottom 2 loops of my bow, because I like the pattern to be facing up. So, and then my inner loop, or my top loop, is my inner loop, and my bottom loop is my outer loop. So if you do it the other way, it kind of flip-flops the pattern around. So, what I take and do next is I just press the ribbon down, and then I form my X. Everyone, I believe, has heard about the X in boutique bows, where you want to form an X with your loops. So that would be kind of similar to what the X looks like. It's hard to see because I'm backwards. This is sideways right now, so your X would be this way, correct? The biggest thing you want to do is these back 2 loops, you want to make sure they stay uniform and together. You want them to be like that as you're folding them. If not, your bow will come out crooked and it won't look right, so you want to make sure that you keep those together. You can also take a pin and fold it up and then tuck a pin through the back right there, and that will help you keep your shape, or not your shape, but help you keep your bows, everything together where it needs to be. Getting sidetracked. Back to the X. So when I get my X, I don't make a gigantic X. I make a smaller X, because I think the smaller the X, the more twist you get to your loops, and to get twisty perky loops, I think you need a smaller X. So I just hold my bow out, I look at it, you know, kind of play with it. I fold it together to kind of make sure that my loops are the same size. And then I take and I fold those two pieces, two back pieces that we wanted to stay together. I fold those in half, and then I take these loops and I fold them over that inner ribbon. So that's what forms the center of my bow. I gather and bunch one side of the bow so I can make sure that I get a good solid straight line, and then I pick my bow up, I look at the back of it. I want to make sure that my loops look even and that one's not bigger than the other, and then I keep a tight grip on this. I grab the string, pull a good amount out. I take and I double my string, so, and then I wrap it around. I pull it fairly tight. I like tight, so I pull it around and I bring it back and I knot it off, and I just knot it off twice. And cut my string. So right now the bow looks really bad. This is where your shaping comes into play, and you just want to shape the bow. I always try to keep the center together. I think it just helps, and you just play with your loops. You can pull on them. I don't recommend pulling too hard on them, because if you do, you're gonna pull the loops apart. So, and right now it looks super good. It's got great form, great twist, and the center is straight across the middle. And so the next step is grab the loops, grab your alligator clips, and you clip them. Now when you clip them, you want to make sure that the loops still look good. So I just grab them, and I don't try to clip all the way up. I just try to clip the bottom part of the bow. If you clip too much of it, you are going to get crease lines in your ribbon. So I do both sides, or both the top and the bottom. I shouldn't say sides, it can be confusing. And again, it's just more of forming your bow to make sure that your loops are even, and it should look like this. I know they still look a little off, but that's okay, because you can pull and adjust your loops and form them until they look perfect. So that's the good part about making this bow, is that it is adjustable. So let me clip this back, have it clipped. I'm going to take my trusted hairspray, and then normally I would put it on the table and just give it a good spray. I would spray it more than that, but for sake of time, I am going to not. I have this one that I already finished and dried, so I'm going to take the clips off, and you have a fairly, it's a stiff bow. It is still 100% adjustable. You can pull your loops and they will move. You can, adjust them out. You can do just about anything you need to. So I am going to stop this video. Thanks for watching, and good luck making your twisted boutique bow.